All right. So today we are talking about Jessica's business, which is easyasPieGraphics.com. Didn't
I
have it
love
upside
our
down.
notes.
I tried to write neatly today, so you're welcome, guys.
I love it.
So I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap of what she wrote to us. And she's actually on the call, so she can jump on at the end and talk to us. So she creates custom wedding invitations that are really cool. And the reason that she started creating them was because she was disappointed with the limited options available when she got married. So she's a classic case of filling a niche that you see or feeling a need that you see in your own life.
Yep.
So for her goal, she wants to create a brand that she can sustain her family with. She wants to convey excellence or elegance and effortlessness and simplicity. She said, of all of the moving parts of getting her business online, it's been very difficult for her to stick with one thing until it is mastered, but it's what she's striving for. So that's where I got the theme for today's session on what to prioritize when creating your online presence. And her dream business is high levels of visibility and an action plan for bringing in more clients, plus maybe even a few ideas for diversifying her funnels. And I talked to her on Facebook yesterday, and she just added that she is really trying to make money from her blog or her business sooner rather than later. So she has about 7 weeks left at her day job. So it's kind of, she wants to get this show on the road, basically.
Yeah, she has a very structured goal. Good for her. 7 weeks. I don't know about you, Daniela. I work better when I have that. I work better when there is something like lighting a fire under my ass and there's real need to do something rather than like, today would be good to do that. So I love that she has that goal in sight. And I also want to applaud her for saying she wants to work on the funnel. I don't know about you, but it took me 2 years to even realize that I needed a fucking funnel. I'm like, funnel? What's a funnel? Oh, I should do a funnel. So good for you, Jessica, for understanding, because I think that's exactly what so many bloggers and businesses are missing is that funnel, that email marketing piece, that whole, building the organic relationship with them that leads to the trust, that leads to the sale. I think so many of them are missing that piece. So, high five to you, Jessica, for understanding that already. I feel like you're already, ahead of a lot of people in the place that you are in your business because you understand the importance of that. So, yay, you.
That's true. Yeah. We're both working on our funnels now, and I'm kind of dragging my feet with that too. So I agree with what Dre said. The fact that you're like on it already is awesome.
Yeah, totally.
So I just wanted to talk first about why it's so difficult to stick with one thing when bringing your business online. And I think that part of why it's hard to stick to one thing is because we want it all now. We want to make money now. We want to have a big audience now. We want to have thousands of followers now. So instead of saying, this is my goal, and realizing it's going to take a while to get there and taking strategic steps towards that goal, I feel like or at least I should say when I first started this whole business thing, would just chase down little bunnies going down different paths.
Yep.
Like, I need to build my Twitter presence, so I'm going to just focus on that for a week. And then, I need to do this and that. And I think that's why it's so hard to stick with one thing, because there are so many different things that we can do to grow our business. And there's also tons of people like us who say that we have different solutions. And so there's so many different people you can listen to. There's so many courses you can take. So what do you think about that?
I think you're right. And I think that's one of the biggest, besides mindset, I think that's the second biggest struggle that us solos go through, is that the squirrel syndrome, and we compare each other. Like, I gave up Instagram last year. It's just, I love it, but I don't have fucking time for it. And it wasn't really paying me out the way that I thought it would after donating, 4 months of my efforts to it. But every day I'm like, I hear about people kicking ass on Instagram and how great it is and how many leads they get. And I'm like, oh my gosh, should I get back on Instagram? Like, did I fuck myself? Like, you know what I mean? It's so easy to compare yourself. It's so easy to feel like, oh, that person said they tripled their list by doing this on Instagram, or they did this. I think you just have to get tough with yourself and decide. I know she mentioned like her hardest thing was just sticking with one thing. And I think that is the hardest thing, but it's the most important thing. So if the funnel is what you need to work on, you need to still be active on social media and still be engaging, but you understand that you need to start working on your email autoresponder. You need to start getting all that set up, and you have to stay focused on that one task. And because you have this deadline of 7 weeks, good for you. Say the next 2 weeks. And sorry, guys, because I am hearing echo. But for the next 2 weeks, your funnel is all you do. So, post yourself on Instagram, do that stuff. I know she's also working on a shopping cart. Get the shopping cart done. You're not going to make any sales until you get the shopping cart done. So decide what those high-level things are and decide what the time frame that you're going to do it, and get brutal. Like, unplug for hours at a time. I know you have the day job, so it's like in the evening. It's 2 hours every night that you work on the funnel. And line out, like, today I'm going to write email 1. So today I'm going to write welcome email. Today I'm going to create the image for, to get people into the funnel. Like, you really do have to focus. It really is hard, but the more brutal you can get with yourself and the more strict that you can keep things, I find the more you're going to get done, and the more that stuff's really going to make a difference in the business. It's not all this bright light stuff that it's like, a week on Twitter, like you said, isn't going to do shit. Like, I'm sure it made you feel better, but it didn't really do anything for your biz. Like, to just do it for a week.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that about Instagram, because I'm going down that Instagram rabbit hole, and I just followed you yesterday, and I was like, her last post was like a year ago. Yeah. And I was going to ask you about it. So it's funny that you mentioned it.
Yeah, but, I mean, we can't be on 6 of them. I'm super active on 3 social media sites, and dude, it's just not in the timeline. Like, I just can't do it. And it's like, while everybody's hyping it up, it might not be where our time is best spent right now. And unless we can both dedicate months, unless you're ready to dedicate months and make an editorial calendar that you're going to post every day, then it might not be the rabbit hole that you need to be in right now.
That's true. I feel like when you were talking to me and not just Jessica, because I think with stuff like, the other reason why I think that I've struggled with like that shiny object syndrome is because certain things aren't as fun. Like, for me, creating a funnel isn't that fun. And since I work for myself, I have this misconception, like, I should have fun every day. Why do I have to do something that's not fun? So I think that's another reason why it's hard to stick with one thing, because sometimes it's not that fun, to be honest.
Totally. But the sooner you get past that shit, because I agree, we're, like you said, we're both working on the funnel, and if I have to write one more email, I'm gonna bash my head. Like, I'm actually not writing an email to my peeps this week, because if I have to write one more email, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm so over it. So I totally get it. And you do have to, like, put some things in that are funner, and take some time off. But that, nonetheless, like, it doesn't give you permission to lose yourself in squirrel mode, because it's really going to come back to bite you in the ass. And I don't know about you, but it's like, it'll be cool. Like, oh, I'm super glad I did that for 2 days and wasted my time. And then 9 days from then, I want to punch myself in the face. I'm like, I could have had that done those 2 days. Like, I could have just gotten it done. But it doesn't really catch up to you for a second. And then you're so pissed at yourself that you did that. So, and I was speaking to you because I'm speaking to everyone, because we all fall into this. Me, and everyone you watching falls into this. Like, that's just the solo life. And it's just this online world that we live in, that is so big for us, solo. So it doesn't surprise me that struck a chord for you, because it starts with everybody.
That's true. I'm not a special snowflake, as they say.
You are, but not in that way.
Oh, thank you.
Just quick reality check. You are. You're a unicorn. Just not that way.
All right. So let's keep going. So the next question is, what should Jessica prioritize right now? So her goal is to make money. And so I think all of her priorities need to revolve around that. And the first thing that I thought of for her is to more clearly define her audience. Because when I went to her website, it seems like she has a very specific style for her invitations, and they're really nice. But then when I looked at her pop-up box that came up, it was very vague. It kind of said, get DIY ideas, planning tips, stuff like that. And I kind of was like, well, who is this for? Is that for people who are going to get married? Or is that for other designers? So I think that for a lot of people, instead of doing the tough upfront work of saying, who is my audience? What's my unique selling point? How do I differentiate myself from the market? We tend to jump to the fun stuff of building a website, if you think that's fun, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think, and even getting more specific than people who are about to get married, what type of people?
Yep.
You know, what are their values? What are their tendencies? What are they into? What do you think?
And I'm going to jump in on that because when I was looking at hers, I honestly couldn't really tell if she was DIY or done for you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the brand name, right, is Easy as Pie Graphics, which leads me to believe they're easy for you to make. So it would be a DIY thing. But obviously she wants to be selling her custom designs. So, you know, and that's fine. I have a business that's done for you and DIY. I train DIYers and I do ship for them. So I'm not saying those can't coexist. But I am agreeing with you that if you clear that up and work on the targeting and work on the voice of the brand and the developmental stuff, that will help, because I don't think she's only sticking with weddings either. So it may be something where it's, you know, your stationery needs and your you know, paper needs and that sort of stuff, because I'm totally unclear if it's just for weddings, if it's just for DIY and that sort of stuff. So I know she's just building this stuff and all of that. But you're right. It's like, take a step back, Jessica, go back to the developmental, you know, the development stage, and start working out, you know, and that's going to be huge for your funnel, because the funnel's not going to, the funnel, and you mentioned, you know, needing ideas of how to create different funnels. That is where you start. Like, this is the DIY funnel. Okay, so DIY brides, you know what I mean? Then this funnel needs to be, you know, budget brides who don't have time to do shit themselves, you know, and this is custom design that you can get, and I can do it for you, and it's not, you know, going to cost you hundreds of dollars to have custom, but it's going to be, you know, so signature to you, you know, and your husband. But that is where the funnel itself starts, is that you have to know who you're talking to, because the message can't be that broad, or it's going to be diluted and it's not going to resonate with anyone, let alone, you know, one specific person.
Yeah, I think that what you're saying is basically, if you're going to have a funnel, that each piece that you sell within that funnel should be for a specific customer. So you're kind of like mapping out that customer journey of what are the different things that those people might want to buy from you at different times.
That will help. That will help on her homepage too, because if she's going to do done for you services and you're going to do DIY, then you need to create the paths for those two different kinds of people, and you need to make that really easy. So when I land on your homepage, it's like, okay, I want to learn how to do this shit myself. Okay, here's where you go down. You know, here's the rabbit hole you go down. Okay, no, I don't want to do this myself, but I want to be a part of it, and I want it to like ooze me, and I want it to, you know, be so signature. Okay, this is the portal that you go down. This is the rabbit hole. So, you know, I know, again, she's building the website right now, and I know she probably doesn't have that whole mock-up kind of done, because I know right now she has like her portfolio on the homepage. And if you're going to be teaching people DIY and stuff, that I think that's a waste of the real estate. It's like, you know, put a portfolio page and make that part of the rabbit hole that people looking to hire you are going to go down. But DIYers don't really want to see that, because then they're like, oh, this lady is, you know, selling, she's creating, she's a designer, but she's not talking about teaching me. I want to do it myself. I want to go to Michael's and buy those, you know, imitation packs that they have, you know what I mean? if that's who you're going to go, you want to speak to them, and that's the shit that they're thinking. It's like, I want to go to Michael's and buy this, but I want you to explain to me what I'm looking for and how many I need. And there's so many things she could train them on, but if that's where she wants to go, that has to be clearer on the website and specifically on the homepage.
Yeah, I think that with people who want a DIY invitation too, those are the kind of people that really find it more meaningful to create their own stuff for their wedding and to, as you said, do all of that stuff. Whereas the people who want it done for them, they might want like a funky invitation that sets them apart. But I think the values behind it are different as well. So
Definitely.
thinking about like, what values do my customers have? What do they really care about? I think is really helpful. And I also, something that I started thinking about is that a lot of times, since I work with a lot of bloggers, I know that as bloggers, a lot of times we write a lot of blog posts, and then through writing those posts, we figure out what the destination is we want for our customers. So through writing the blog post, we figure out what we want to sell. But I think that since she already kind of knows what she wants to sell, maybe, as you said, getting the shopping cart done, getting all of that ready so that people can buy things really easily. And then after she does that, then saying, okay, now how do I create blog posts about this? Or how do I create social media updates about this? So I think, to go back to the idea of prioritization, getting all of that really set up so that once you do go on social media and once you do write more blog posts, you'll have a place you'll know where you're trying to get people to go.
I wholeheartedly agree. Like, if sales are the number one priority at this point, and we've got a deadline of 7 weeks, then you have to provide a way that people can buy your shit ASAP.
Yeah.
That has to be your priority. You have to get the shopping cart up. And I love what you said about that helping, because I think that was a big piece I was missing. And I think a lot of people are missing that, is that we start creating content for content's sake. And that's a waste as a blogger. Basically your blog posts are sort of the entryway into your funnel, right? So you can create a post on, the 5 types of stationery you need for a wedding, save the date, invitation, like all that, thank you cards. And then at the bottom of that, have it where they can opt in, into your funnel. And that is for, whether that's a DIY post, that you're training them, great. Then have that lead into the funnel that's like, okay, so obviously you're interested in, like, you wanted to know all the stationery you're going to need. Okay, well, let's take the next step of, like, let's say thank you cards, what do you need? Or save the date cards, like, what do you need? What's timeline needs? What's material needs? What's printer needs? Like, there's so many ways. So have your blog content be the entryway, be the, like, you're holding the door open for the person, like, come in, get in my funnel.
Yeah.
That's really what it should be. But I agree. First and foremost, give them the ability to buy. And that has to be, your shopping cart needs to be dialed in. And when you're selling products, we talked about this last week, tangible products, you have to have your checkout, like, seamless. It needs to tell them everything that they need to know. It needs to tell them what the next step's going to be, or what they're going to get an email for ship, when it ships. I mean, it's a little bit more of a beast when you're selling a tangible product as far as a shopping cart, but the shopping cart is going to make or break, because if it's not clear, they may add all this epic shit into the cart and you didn't make it easy or clear, and they're going to leave, and it's going to be an abandoned cart. So focus on creating a seamless checkout experience.
I agree. And even if it's easier to put it on Etsy before you get your own shopping cart made, I feel like, I love your stationery, and I clicked on one of the images, and I didn't read that it says above, click on images to enlarge, but I expected it to go to a shopping cart, because to me, if I see something that I really like, I want to immediately click on it and be able to buy it, and not have to wait or have it be a difficult process. So
I agree, but I will side note, asterisk, like we were just talking about squirrel. Etsy's a whole fucking rabbit hole in itself. So don't get too wrapped up and, like, then try to go set up Etsy, because that's going to suck away for the next 5 weeks. So,
that's a good point.
You know what I mean? That's definitely, because I thought about that too. I was like, well, Etsy might be easier for her. And that may be the route to go. Maybe the shopping cart isn't the route right now, and Etsy is. But let's go back to squirrel. make sure that's really what you want to do, because
Yeah.
Etsy will suck up just as much of your time. It's just a different avenue to do it. So decide which one is more important. If you really want everything in the shop to be on your website, then don't worry about Etsy, because that's just a time suck.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Thanks for pulling us away from that rabbit hole.
Disclaimer, I'm the disclaimer girl. I'm always like, side note.
So, yeah, I know. Well, that's helpful to all of us that want to go down those holes. So the next thing I want to talk about is the idea of building your site around your goals. So we've already kind of been talking about setting it up for people to buy. And I think in a broader sense, it's really important for business owners and bloggers to think about what their goal is in terms of their website. And I think thinking about the long-term goal of like, I want to sell invitations, and then thinking about the short-term goal of I want to get people on my email list, or I want to sell people the save the date cards first, or whatever it might be. So since you're kind of the design guru here, how do you think people can set up their websites to meet their goals?
Well, first and foremost, decide what your goal is. So if hers is to, which I think it should be, is to start building a list, aka get people into your funnel, then that should be what you're doing. So again, the homepage should lead to the ability, like an opt-in offer or some kind of, stationary mini course, like, the quick and dirty on stationery for DIY brides. You know what I mean? Like something like that should be first and foremost, should be the most giant thing. You want to create the website is really the path, right? It's really the leap pads that we take our users through to get them to buy whatever the hell it is we're selling them. So the website should create the different landing places that you need. And so the homepage would be the first thing, right? A lot of people, not everybody, I mean, as soon as you get on social media and you start doing promotions, a lot of people are going to come to your website through blog posts and that sort of thing. But nonetheless, the homepage is really kind of the handshake, right? So when you come, hi, my name's Jessica, big, bold, this is what I want you to do. Not, you can go to the shop here, you go to here, you decide what your goal is. And that can change every quarter, that can change every month, but you should be planning what you're promoting. So right now, because you're getting started, you want to get exposure. You want to get visibility. I mean, chances of people just finding you, popping over and buying their custom invitations for you in the matter of 15 minutes is unrealistic. You need to start getting your name out there. You need to start getting exposure. You need to start getting your voice out there and your style, so people do understand and can resonate with you or decide that you're not the right match. So if that's the goal, and in my opinion it should be, then your homepage and things should lead to, how do I get them on my list? How do I give them a ton of value? And how do I lead them to either buying something, buying my custom invitations or buying something that I'm providing for the DIY? Don't feel like you have to do all that at the same time. If you want to sell your invitations right now and DIY can come later, then don't worry about that. Don't separate the time, especially because you have a hard deadline of 7 weeks. Choose what that goal is. Choose how you can add the value and get them to the sale. And that should be exactly what the homepage is, what the blog posts are about, what your funnel's about. Everything, if it doesn't use that goal as checks and balances, right? If it doesn't directly get you a sale, fuck it. It's a squirrel. And don't chase it.
I think so. What you're saying is that she should pick one of those two paths, either DIY or done for you. And once she picks that path, everything that she does should be based on that path and perfecting it and getting all of her content out for it, getting people on her email list for it. And then once she has that path perfected and she's making money from it, she could add the other one if she decides to. But
nailed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because right now I don't see any way for her to monetize DIY. So in my opinion, that would be a complete waste of your time to start doing things for DIY brides. If you're looking to sell custom invitations, DIY brides are not looking to buy custom invitations. They're looking to learn how to make it. So like I said, cut down the time. You have 7 weeks. What is your goal? If it's to sell custom invitations, then don't target a DIY bride because they're not going to buy your shit. So let that goal lead everything. Dig deep, not wide. As soon as you have that funnel done, you have blog posts that are leading to it, you have all this stuff on social media. Great, now I'm up to the DIYers. And you may find that the people, that come to you are on the DIY side, and that'll help you change it. But, focus on the one thing that's going to get you the money right now. And I don't see any DIY monetization solutions in there. Yeah. So I wouldn't go for DIY at this point. That's just lengthening the time between now and the time that you're going to make enough money.
Yeah. I think the other thing is that, just kind of to go to a different topic, but I don't see any pictures of Jessica on her website, even on the About page. So I think that in addition to knowing her audience really well and setting up the whole website and the whole funnel for the people who want to buy custom invitations, I think the other thing, Jessica, that I would focus on is just deciding who you are and who you want to be known, what you want to be known for and who you want to be known as online, and putting a lot more of yourself into your website as well. Because I think with weddings, it's a very personal thing. And some people actually do care who the person is who's creating it. So
definitely. And I think that is an Instagram widget in her sidebar. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be Facebook, but I think it's Instagram. Yeah, whatever it is. What it looks like. She shares a lot of the designs, but share more back, share. I don't know if you're married or whatever, but have the hubs or have the roommate or have somebody, take a picture at your desk, like share more of your design process, share like when you get your supplies in, share more of you in that sense, because I agree with Daniela, like half the battle is getting people to bond with you. And that's going to require that you share, your hobbies and what you're doing, or, share the this would be me, but share the cocktail that you have. Like, well, like I can't help but just devour wine when I'm like in my zone, getting my design on or something like that, share more of that, because that will help the right people find you, and you want the right clients, right? I mean, the other thing is, do not go into this thinking that you can just create, like anyone that needs an invitation, you can help them. That's technically, true. Yes, you can, but that's a huge rabbit hole that you want a specific person. You want a person a lot like you. You want them to have, the same sense of humor and hobbies and style. As designers, we totally have style. I have a very specific style. I'm not for everybody, and neither are you, Jessica. So you want to reach the right person, and Danielle's right. Half of that is going to come from sharing a really authentic voice and sharing more, coming out from behind the invitations. Like the invitations are gorgeous, but we want to see you. Yeah. Let's tackle a question really quick. So iPlanner is saying, has a suggestion. What about setting up a paid membership for those that have membership? Doing tutorial videos, and then those that have a membership can access those videos. I love that idea, but again, I'm just going back to if DIYers, isn't your thing right now, and again, that takes 6 more weeks to build a membership site and to create all this video content, that may not be the solution for right now, but I think that's a great idea. I mean, I think that's definitely a route to go when you tackle a DIY. But again, you need to decide, Jessica, if DIY is going to get you there faster than your custom designs, and it doesn't sound to me like it is. What do you think, Daniela?
I think it's also a matter of preference. I right now I run a membership site, and I love it because I love teaching and creating that type of content. And I was building websites for a while, and I really didn't love it. So I think that different people would enjoy building a membership site versus creating stuff for people. So I think that, and Jessica just said, the DIY was never a moneymaker. It was a goal for interest posts. So if you don't want to teach DIY, then don't focus on the DIYers. And
I was going to say, don't make that the interest of your post, because you can educate the shit out of them, but if you don't have a way to monetize that, then that's a complete waste. It shouldn't be an interest post. Your post should lead directly to people and speak directly to people that are looking to buy custom made invitations or stationery. So I wouldn't create any blog posts that speak to DIYers.
And she said,
thanks for the tip, iPlanner.
She said the DIY posts are for decorating your own decorations, or for creating your own decorations. But I think if someone really wants custom made invites, they're going to want custom made decorations. They're going to hire a florist to do it for them. And they're not going to be doing those decorations on their own.
No,
So,
and you're just diluting yourself by talking to DIYers. DIYers are not going to buy from you. That's the thing. Bottom line, they're not going to buy from you. Do not teach them anything. They're not. I mean, you're just creating content that's not leading to a sale. It's brutal, but that's the total truth. If you start talking to DIYers, you're going to get a bunch of freebie hunters on your list because they're not looking to buy. You need to be very specific about who you're for, and that's not for the DIYer. They don't want to buy your shit. They want to do it themselves.
I think that what I see happening here happens very commonly, where people start writing for themselves rather than their audience. Like, it would be like you were writing for other designers rather than people who need design to be done for them. I think that, and I'm guessing Jessica probably loves DIY stuff because she's an artist and she's a designer. So she's interested in the DIY stuff herself. And I feel like it's important to remember that your blog isn't necessarily for you. It's for people who are going to buy from you, and to make that distinction. Because I do think a lot of people end up marketing to other people that have the same business that they do, but then they're not making money because they're not marketing to people who are going to buy for them.
Exactly.
So should we invite Jessica in to talk to us?
Let's do it. Yeah, because we're already 2 minutes over. So let's do it and see if she has any questions.
Okay.
Come on, Jessica. Great. Join the party. One moment, ladies.
Hopefully she won't have the tech issues that I seem to have with Blab.
Well, you have tech issues, but I have the echo. I don't know what the fuck I have an echo for, because I don't have it on my show with Lou. I never have it on my show with Lou.
Well, just blame me. Just blame me.
Oh, I kind of do. Don't worry about it. Okay. I kind of do. I'm like,
I don't mind.
I secretly tell all my peeps, I'm like, it's Daniela that has the echo. This sounds like it. Yeah. I'll throw you under the bus anytime it's convenient for me, sweetie.
You sound like my sister. I feel right at home.
See? That's why we get along so well. All right, here's Jessica.
All right. I'm going to accept her.
Nope, I don't have, Garrett's asking if I have 2 mics. Nope, I sure don't. I have 1. I'm just using the webcam mic, and then I have earbuds in, so I don't know why it's doing that.
Hi, ladies. I don't know if you can hear me. I can't figure out how to get my webcam on.
Uh-oh.
Well, we can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear her. You can hear her?
You can't? I can.
Testing.
Uh-oh.
She said that she can't get her webcam on, but, can you guys hear her? Maybe, Jessica, do you want to try? Okay, yeah, she hung up. Hopefully.
Okay, so they're saying they can't hear her either.
Oh,
that's weird.
I guess it was just me.
Yeah. Do. I don't even think that was a good.
I promise it was really her.
I was like, you hear her? Uh-oh. Daniela's hearing voices, guys. It might be time to get off the sauce, Daniela. She's already drunk over there at 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. I know, totally.
I love your braids, by the way. You're so cute.
Thank you. Thanks. You look so cute, too. I was going to say that. I like your hat. I feel like I need one for my frizz.
What do you think it's on here? Yeah, it's raining, and the hair is like a troll doll. As the day goes on, it just like gets bigger and bigger. It's not good.
I guess I need to get one of those hats myself.
I have
although in Miami, it's not really
hallway of them. Like I have a whole wall. Like my entire hallway is just hats. I love a hat. Like who wants to do their hair? That's what I envy guys. I just want to shave it and have it be really easy.
That's true.
Oh no, there's
Jessica, are you?
Can we hear her?
No, there's a troll movie.
That's what I'm like.
I know there was a box trolls movie, but
I didn't know there was a troll movie. And I don't want to be in it, but thanks, Garrett.
I know.
I'm having a troll moment, but I don't want to be associated with trolls. Thank you.
Those trolls were crazy in the 80s. I had a friend who had like 60 of them. No, I didn't get into them, but my friend, she had a huge windowsill in her bedroom, and it was completely covered with trolls. It was kind of crazy.
That's like the same thing as the Beanie Babies. I'm like, what the fuck are these things? And what am I supposed to do with them? Like, No.
What about Pogs?
No.
Were you in the Pogs era?
No. I mean, I was, but I didn't like them.
Round,
Yeah.
those were like the most ridiculous fad ever.
I know, but think about the people that made those stupid ass fads. Like, they were so short, but if they were smart, they made like millions. I mean, it's like the Snuggie.
I know.
Millions upon millions on the world's dumbest ideas.
There was an entire Pog store in Denver that had like all these tubes going all around the store that were completely full of Pogs. It was, and I went to all these bar mitzvahs when I was 13, and my parents bought them like a gold Pog slammer as a bar mitzvah kid.
Oh my God! See, that's one step too far. Like, I get the intervention sign out and be like, "Mom, Dad, sit down. We need to talk. This is too much."
Well, Jessica, are you?
Yeah, I think
Let's see if we can hear her.
I'm still here.
But she
can you hear her now?
No.
I just heard her again. She said she was here. But
I can type. That's fine.
Can anybody else out there hear?
She said she could type.
Yeah.
And when you type, tell them that you actually were talking to me, so they don't think I'm crazy.
Jessica, we still think Daniela's crazy, and since you can't come on in person, I'm going to start the rumor that she hears voices. And there's actually 3 of us hosting the show.
Oh no.
All right, Jessica, hit us with your questions.
So, yeah,
we'll just keep yammering about Pogs and trolls.
And bar mitzvahs.
Do you remember those bracelets that you had to slap? Remember that thing?
Oh my God, yeah. I think people got injured from them.
I did.
So
I think I broke my wrist like 8 times on those things.
Oh my God.
But I did like those. I don't know why.
They were banned from my elementary school.
I think that's why I liked them. Yeah. I'm like minorly like evil.
You're such a rebel.
I was like smacking people with them. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, of course I like the toy that's like, this is a danger and people are abusing people with them. I'm like, this toy is awesome. The fuck, I took these off the market. What's a Tamagotchi? I don't know what that is.
It's like, remember there were like those it's like an egg shape, and you like had to feed it at different times, and it was like supposed to grow into like a real thing. And
no, I don't like digital pets. I like real fuzzy ones that I can force to cuddle with me. Sorry. Like,
I agree with you on that.
Spoon with me, and they're just like, really? I'm like, I'll be the big spoon. Come here. I can't handle a digital pet. Sorry, it's like that sounds awful.
I know. I think I had one for a day, and then my Tamagotchi died. And
then you were like, squirrel, hug.
Unlucky. Exactly.
Now we're officially fucking losing it. Do you have any questions, Jessica?
Thinking of like not going down a rabbit hole or something.
This is like crazy leading crazy.
Yeah.
But I like how like everybody's actually like talking about all this like crazy.
I know.
They're all quiet during the show, and now they're like, loves, Tamagotchi, digital pets. Like, maybe we just do a show where we just talk about all the toys we used to play with. Rainbow Bright, anybody? Like, yes, please. Rainbow Bright was the shit. Okay, so here we go. Back to real mode. Jessica's question. So I guess my only question is concerning my blog. I definitely have concerns about not having enough content to actually call forward an audience. I don't want to be repeating information that's available everywhere else. Do you want to take this, or do you want me?
Sure. I can take it.
Go.
I think that, first of all, I would say don't worry about your blog until you have your shopping cart set up, like we were saying, until you get the destination ready because your blog post should be getting people to the destination. But I also think that really it's about having your own voice and writing a post in your own way. So I think that in any niche that you were to be in, there would be so many posts that were already written on your topic, and Dre and I could both attest to that.
I was just going to say that. Don't worry about it, because there's a million people that are talking about invitations. It's about your spin, your take, and the way that you teach it. And that's what I mean by the right people are going to find you because they like who you are. They love you. That's what separates you. You're never tough love moment, you're never going to write something that hasn't been written before. Like, you're never going to teach, you're never going to come up with some fucking idea that hasn't been done before. Like, none of us are. This is the web. This is worldwide web. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
But it's about you. It's about who you are. I mean, me and Daniela, both, we write about shit that hundreds of other people write about. But the people that follow us and like us and hire us do it because they like us.
Exactly.
That's what has to separate you, and that's what you need to worry about in the blog post. You need to make sure that you're conveying who you are and being true to you, and you need to be talking to the people that you want to work with. Like, those are the two things that should drive you in your blog posts. And like we said, focus on getting, the ability for people to buy, and then start creating your blog posts. That doesn't mean they can't brainstorm, create an Evernote file when ideas come at you, jot them down. But focus on your ability to sell right now, because you can have 120 epic blog posts and talk about your epic invitations, but if they can't buy them, that's waste.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it goes back to having more of your own personality on your blog or on your website. The blog posts are a way to showcase that and make people feel like they know you. So to me, it's more about, building relationships with people and building trust than it necessarily is about providing some kind of useful content that people won't be able to get elsewhere.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
nailed it. Interesting. Very good points. Definitely a perspective I need to get on the level with, that it has all been said before, but that's perfectly okay. And I do need to write more to develop my voice. Absolutely. I don't know about you, Daniela, but it took me 2 years to find my voice. I know it doesn't seem like it, but 2 years of being like, hello, how are you? I would like to teach you about email marketing. What? Who knows?
I don't believe that you wrote like that.
I will set, people say that, and I think I'm going to create a fucking blog post about your voice, and I'm going to copy, because I still have all the copy.
You should do a throwback post.
It's horrific. You would be like, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. And it was only 2 years ago. It's not like it was 5 years ago. Oh, it was so long ago. It was 2014. 2014 when I had my come to Jesus, you're not a fucking robot moment. Garrett and everybody cringe at their first post. Cringe at my first post, cringe at my first website design, cringe at my first image, cringe at every single first I've ever had in my life. So absolutely. All right. This is so much fun today, Daniela. I was super cranky when I got on. I was like, fucking kill someone. I had a great time. Thank you for cheering me up. I hope that we helped Jessica. You can get this done, girl, in 7 weeks. Just stay laser focused, no squirrel. Don't get caught up in the squirrel. And holler at either one of us if you have more questions or I need ideas or whatever. We're both here to help any way we can.
Exactly. Should I show my sign before we leave?
I was going to say. And do you offhand remember what next week's about? We should probably get that up.
I have.
You do the post and I'll find.
Okay. The next week is about. I have the thing open already, but it's not scrolling right. Turning a personal passion or obsession into a business.
Sweet.
So
that should be a good one too.
Yeah. So here's our beautiful sign. If you want to talk to me for a free discovery session, danielahouston.com/chat. If you want to work with Dre with your branding, it's bit.ly/branding-mentorship. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Same time, same place. Later, everybody.
Bye.